Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Today is the last day of the 3-day opera workshop. These 3-day events that I'm running all the time, they go by so fast. I always think the first day, ooh, there's a lot we have to do. And then it's already there, the end. We are not at the end. There's a lot we're going to cover today. So I'm a little early, so about a minute or so. I do realize that the time zone, I'm going to just open up some of my sheet music here. I do realize that this is, a lot of replays will be watched. And I will make a replay available. I have uploaded the first 2 days streaming sessions, the videos to a playlist, an unlisted video playlist on YouTube. And we are going to, hi Wendy, we're going to dive today into phrasing. Yesterday we talked about resonance, which is so important. Now, of course, you have your breathing and posture and support mechanisms down. Then you have also tweaked your resonance, which I told you yesterday, it never ends. This is something you will continue to work on through your entire singing life, okay? Even the most famous opera singer, I a while back, a few months ago, I had an interview with Rachel Willis Sorensen. If you want to watch that, it is on my YouTube channel. Just search Freya Casey, Rachel Willis Sorensen. She's one of the leading sopranos in the world right now. And we geeked out a little bit about singing technique. And, it's not anything you will ever stop tweaking when it comes to bringing out all the brilliance and all the squillo in your voice. You always tweak. And with every new role and every new piece of music, and even every time you sing it again, there you rediscover how you can make it sound best. And I don't think you will ever sing it anything twice in exactly 100% the same way. Okay, so I did have some videos, which I'm going to comment on. Still have not received any videos from everyone who has the VIP. So Cecilia did reach out to me. She said she couldn't send the videos. Probably if you're sending a large file via email, that doesn't work. The easiest way to do is to post it right here in this Facebook group. Now, I was hoping to actually wrap up everything today. So that, because I have a lot of things planned even for next week. But all of you who have the VIP, if you post today, I will still, maybe not today or tomorrow, but I will still give you some personal feedback right here in the group. Okay? But you have to go ahead and post it today or send something to me today, because I can't, next week, that my week is so planned out already. Okay, let's get started. And then I'm going to get into the Q&A, because I got a couple questions and I got a couple of posts, and I'm going to actually comment on those and give some personal feedback. Hi, Anne. Hi, Anna. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Wendy. It's good to have you here. I know, for some of you, this time is better because you might be, toward the east of me. If you're in Asia, you're ahead of time. If you're in the US, it's in the middle of the night for you, basically. And if you're in Europe, it is AM time for you. Okay, so let's look at, I was actually going to use Lascia Ch'io Pianga because I had actually 2 of you have posted or sent me clips from that. Piano is actually on today. Good. Okay, let me see. And before we get started, I want to tell you that the next 1 month of opera workshop, or not workshop, next 1 month of opera class will start on May 6th. So that's in a couple of weeks. May 6th, we will begin. And you can already register and save your spot. There are limited spots available. And I don't run these that often, but I'm running them more often now because they are highly requested. So if you want an entire month of not just me teaching at you, but like actually having some personal interaction and getting personal feedback, I'll tell you all about it in just a little bit, but you can already go ahead and let me know and register for it. Okay, so let's talk about phrasing. Phrasing is so important. So here's the difference. Whenever I speak, there are emphases and then there are lighter parts. So it's, hello, everyone. This is a beautiful day, right? And it's the same in music. So for example, in the lascia ch'io piango, it's not mio pianga, ch'io pianga. It's not, let's see if I can get the first pitch. It's the key I have, so it's an F. So it's not lascia ch'io pianga la dura sorte e che sospiri la libertà. So when I'm singing everything with the same weight, I give every pitch the same importance and the same weight and the same kind of shape. It becomes very boring, first of all. And second of all, my voice is going to get very tired. Your body doesn't actually like to be static. Your body loves to be in motion. That's why vibrato is good. I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit too. There are a lot of things that go into shaping a musical phrase. A musical phrase is like a spoken phrase. So it's like, today is a very beautiful day. So, and in music, a lot of times it's like there is a comma and then there is a period. So, oh, this is a beautiful day, comma, and therefore I'm going to go for a nice walk in the forest, period. So in music, it's often that way, to where you will see like a group of 4 bars answered by another group of 4 bars. Sometimes it's 8 bars and 8 bars, but there's like some kind of a da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. I think you know what I mean. Which is signaled by da-da-da-da-dum, half cadence, da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, authentic or whatever cadence, like a perfect authentic cadence or imperfect authentic cadence, plagal cadence, whatever it is, okay? So in music, there are signals. And in order for even our audience to understand music, we kind of have to show them where we're at. So usually when we move through a musical phrase, the downbeat is usually the most emphasized. That doesn't mean you're making a huge accent on there. It just gravitates toward the downbeat. So it's like, lascia ch'io pianga. And see how that already makes the downbeat a little bit more leaned in, and then what's not on the downbeat, it lightens up a bit. So instead of lascia ch'io pianga, we go lascia ch'io pianga. Okay? And by the way, you listen to the accompaniment track, the orchestral, and you will hear that that's exactly what the strings do because they are good musicians. It's not just for the voice, it's for any musician. There is this big difference between just singing or playing pitches and actually being musical about it. And in singing, it's not just about the technique, like how does the voice work? How do I get resonance? And how do I actually make the sound come out? But how do I actually musically phrase? Which that is very connected, of course, to technique in order to be able to make dynamic changes and to sing like a decrescendo or taper off toward the end or, grow the pitch and then add vibrato. We need technical skills in order to do all of these things. But what is most important is just to be clear about musical phrasing to begin with, because if you're not aware of what is possible and what you could do, it's all going to sound very flat and boring. And you're going to also feel like something isn't quite right because it takes out a lot of energy and a lot of force from your voice. And phrasing is really because we're not singing everything equally heavy. We're lightening up in between. That really allows us to do more with the voice. So in this case, I'm going to use a few different examples. So it's like la sha, and like on the page as a singer, don't take it literal always. Don't take it like if it says here quarter, an eighth note rest, and then the pickup note is an eighth note moving into the next bar. Don't take it literally, okay? What you want to do is think of you are speaking, you are talking, you are telling a story, or you're talking about, you're expressing an emotion, a thought process, whatever it is in an aria. That is usually either an emotion or a thought process or something you're going to do. In an opera, it's always like the action takes place in either, spoken, that would be a Singspiel, or in the recitativos. And then in the arias, you're kind of in this one moment and, there's not a lot of action happening, but there's this kind of, this is the situation, this is how I feel about it. Or like confessing my love, So the action moves, the plot moves along between the arias, okay? The arias are this where you kind of stop everything. And you tell a story. In order to tell the story, you can't be like, I can't calculate, oh, there's an eighth note rest. I don't need an eighth note rest. What I do need is to sing lascia ch'io pianga. And yeah, this is a genius composer. We have a Handel. What happens here is it is kind of, the phrase is kind of taken apart. It's actually lascia ch'io pianga, let me cry. Let me cry. But it's like, let me cry now, cruel, or whatever, Oh, I have the German text here. Whatever. You cruel husband. And it's, why is it? Why did he write it like this? You have to give everything that you're singing a reason. You're making the music happen. So why is it this way? It's because I'm almost weeping. It's like, lascia ch'io pianga la cruda sorte e che sospiri a libertà. See, even on a short, on a last pitch, it's not ta. It's like libertà. Listen to what the strings do, because strings can do what the voice does. As they play the pitch, they can change dynamics. We can do that when we sing. A piano can't do that. A piano can only start. It starts strong and then it fades out. And then it disappears. We could hold the voice for a long time without it disappearing. We could then crescendo again, even, So it's wonderful. Really listen to strings. Strings do a lot of the things that you're going to do with the voice. Okay. Let's see. Can I? Yes, I can see the comments. Hi, Susan. Okay. Let's continue on. Giving everything a reason. Okay, let's move through this. So we have this first part. The form of the music is really important. So we have this lascia ch'io pianga la dura sorte So that's a perfect authentic cadence, meaning that signals like, okay, a section has come to an end. And now we're moving on, and you can tell that there's like, it's almost like there's the beginning statement. I'm grounded. And now something in me wells up and wants to come out. And now see how this phrase is happening. So there's this actually kind of a sequence. It's like, and now this almost the same thing, well, exactly the same thing happens, except at a higher point. So give it a reason, dynamically even. And the words even repeat. Why am I repeating words? You got to make them mean, you got to give them a different shade every time. So in your singing and the way you're phrasing and the way you're using your voice, give it a little bit of a different energy when something repeats. So again, it's like, no, spiri. And did you notice we go from a piano, if you look at the score, and now La Libertà is a forte. Now let's talk about that. Libertà. That last long pitch. That's a C. We're still in forte, but the next lascia, I'm supposed to start at piano. So I can't just go ta lascia. It's like, how do I get here? I have to also make sure that the thought process comes across. How do I get from ah to ah? So, let's see. It's like, give me my freedom. Let me weep. Okay? So we got to get there. That's the wonderful world of opera. If you don't do these things, it becomes very boring, even for you to sing and also for the listener. You know, like in this aria, it's not like there's anything totally vocally spectacular when it comes to technique. It's the beauty and it's the musicality that's really going to wow someone here. The actual performance of it. Okay? And of course, we have a recurring lascia ch'io pianga here. So it's like, lascia ch'io pianga. And again, the second time I'm doing it, I have got to give it a little bit of a different flavor, the energy. So the first time is the beginning. It's the first time I'm saying, let me cry, let me weep. And then the second time coming out of that forte and I'm finding my strength here for a moment. And then I'm coming back to that, oh, let me weep. Like I got to give it a little bit of a different energy and reason. So let's go. Well, actually, let's not go to the second part. Let's talk about vibrato. In classical music, most of the time what you want is the vibrato to be there consistently. Now, we could, in different styles, in different periods of music, there are a little bit of different rules. Like if you sing very old music, I think even, pre-Baroque certainly, and sometimes even even Baroque, maybe we don't, I think we need to tame the vibrato a bit. I feel like when it's too overbearing, because what we're not trying to do here in this setting, now this is Handel, this is originally in a smaller setting with not a huge, gigantic orchestra. I've kind of more of a chamber orchestra. Versus Verdi, Puccini, Donizetti even, or Rossini, which tends to have a larger orchestra. So this is more chamber music. So we have to adjust to remember that it's not this huge, gigantic, powerful, don't think Wagner. Don't think, I feel like we have to tame the vibrato a bit. Because if we go, lascia ch'io pianga, lado, I feel that's too much. You want it to not be overbearing. You don't want it to be what the focus is on. But if you do no vibrato, this is what it sounds like. Lascia ch'io pianga, la dura sorte, e che sospiri a libertà. I feel like it's really hard to do that with a straight tone. It sounds like there's no depth to it, no dimensions. Now adding the vibrato. And yes, I'm even trying to put vibrato on those very short and tapering off kind of pitches, those softer ones. So what if I don't do that on that short? Lascia. It sounds wrong, right? I have to have a spin on there. Lascia ch'io pianga. Now on the ch'io we could argue. It is the pickup note. Ch'io pianga, la dura sorte. And by the way, a good pianist and a good conductor, when you work with them, they hear in your vibrato how you want to move, if you want to move along or not. So, I mean, like, whenever there's we're going to talk about recitativo. I think I've never talked about recitativo here, and which is so important. Like a recitativo secco and even an accompagnato. Secco is like when there's just like the continuo or like, the harpsichord and sometimes the bass. And an accompagnato means there's like, that's when some strings are involved and the orchestra is involved. But a good pianist and a good conductor, they will hear in your vibrato when you're going to move on, especially when there's something that is very rubato. Let me actually see if I can find something different. Of course I don't have. Oh, I just need the beginning pitch. Let me look this up. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Looking for my opera score. Hold on. Maybe I can find it. Oh, I can find it here probably easier. Caro nome. One of my former signature arias. And this is a hard aria. I haven't done. Why do I not ever do it? Because there's not a good backing track for it. Rigoletto. I sang this in Italy and I was the only non-Italian. And I was like, okay, I hope I'm doing a good job with my Italian. But I guess I did because they told me I could understand every word. Okay, I think no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. Caro nome. So let me actually maybe go to what part? What part am I going to? Okay, it has this beginning before it actually starts. She says his name, Gualtier Malde. What a really weird name. I always thought like, what is Gualtier? Never heard that name anywhere except in this opera. So it's Gualtier. So that is just kind of like the intro. Before the actual aria starts, and my story is like when I sang this in Italy for this performance, it's a flute duet. It's 2 flutes. Da 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 bum 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 ya da 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 da. And the flutes were not together on that ya da 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 da. They were not together. So, but in this case here, it's literally if I go oh my goodness, it's going to sound like, what is wrong? So, Gualtier Malde, nome di lui si ama. I'm just seeing, nome di lui si amato. Ti scolpisci nel cor innamorato. So sometimes it actually helps speaking through it. Gualtier Malde. So it's not Gualtier, but it's Gualtier Malde. That's hard out of context when you just talk and then sing it. And then, of course, when it goes on, that was not good. It's there is a tie. That wasn't good though. Not working out today here. This is really hard because what you don't want is like you don't want to be overbearing. You don't want to tie it over and be like it's all sloppy. But the point I'm making, phrasing is everything. I spent an hour with a coach years ago where all we did was those first couple of phrases. Dieses dum 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 dum. And he got on to me because I was like, you got to connect more. You got to phrase, you got to connect that phrase. I'm like, how am I freaking supposed to connect it if it's like just short pitches? And how am I supposed to connect? I mean, like, how am I supposed to sing legato when there's literally not a sound? And I understood, like I was frustrated then, but now I understand what he was trying to do. He was trying to get me to move. Every short pitch it's not separate. It's part of a phrase. So instead of thinking yum, dum, 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 we go yum, dum, 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 dum. Does that make sense? So the energy continues. I'm never getting off. I'm stopping my voice. I'm stopping the sound, but I'm not really stopping the phrase. So yeah. And then, let's see. Feste primo palpitare dell'amore mi sempre rammentare. And then, col pensier il mio desir. So, il mio desir a te sempre volerai. I mean, there's so much phrasing going on here. Maybe I'll just go ahead and look for the accompaniment track here for a second and then actually show you, like, really pay attention to dynamically what's happening here. And then also, not just dynamically, but also listen to the vibrato. And if you can hear those slight nuances of like, when am I about to move ahead and move along? And when do I kind of draw back energy? I hope that makes sense to you. So let's look at caro nome. Let's see. Oh, that's going to be so hard because it's a very rubato piece, meaning the timing. Let's see. Orchestra version. We'll try it, okay? I probably can't sing it through. I have literally not sung this aria. It's been probably a couple years at least. This is not the kind of aria you're just like, oh, let me just go ahead and sing it. Like Lascia ch'io piango, it's kind of simple, but here there's more involved. I would like to hold that much longer. Early breath. It doesn't give me space. A te sempre volerò. I don't know. I don't think I could do that. no idea their timing. It doesn't work. So, like, this is not anything you could sing with an accompaniment track. That's why I never do. So it's like, I literally chickened out of that last one there. I could probably do it, but I chickened out. Not in practice. Okay. That is something I would have to practice, but this is not anything. But it's all about, I'm being so vulnerable here. But it's all about really getting the dynamics and the phrasing. So, okay, let's look at the dove sono I bei momenti. Karaoke or accompaniment. Okay, let's talk about that. Does it have it should probably have the recitativo. Let's use that as an example. I don't know if I can do it even because I never sang Contessa. I always did. Okay, let me try. So, okay. So here, let me see. I think I need to share. Sorry about the dog again. I need to go ahead and share my screen. Can I? Oh, yeah. I can totally share my screen. Let's see. Because I want you to see the actual, you should be able to see it now. Okay, let me go ahead and share screen. What? There. Here you go. You can see I'm probably just going to go ahead and make this bigger. And then you can actually see, okay? You should be able to see the score now. So, let's try this. E Susanna non vien. Sono ansioso di saper come il conte accolse di proposta. So, here, let's go back again. Let's look at this score. So, you could see here, the orchestra gives you just yum. E Susanna non vien. So what I'm doing is I'm talking. It's not E Susanna non vien. I don't want to sing it out too much. It's like E Susanna non vien. Sono ansioso di saper come il conte accolse la proposta. So really, the way it's written is, what you see here when it's 16th or an 8th or whatever it is, or a quarter note, it's written in this way so that the speech fits, okay? So like here, accolse la proposta. Don't take it literally, ever. It's just kind of it's just something to lean on, but not rely on whatever is written here. So it's like, again, da-dum, da-da-da-dum-dum. See how I'm, especially in any recitativo, whether it's a secco or accompagnato. This is an accompagnato where the orchestra is there. It's so important to make it very clear in your phrasing what's happening so that the conductor, because like he's watching you and he has to do this first before going down. So like they have to get ready. It's an entire orchestra, right? So one more time. So let me continue on. I don't know if I can actually do it, but E Susanna non vien. Sono ansiosa di saper come il conte accolse la proposta. Quando ardito il progetto mi par e ad uno sposo di vivace e geloso. Ma che mal c'è, cangiando i miei vestiti con quelli di Susanna e suoi camier a favor della notte. Oh cielo, a quello mi stato fatale io son ridotta ad un consorte crudele. di gelosia, disegni, prima amata, d'inferiso, e al fin tradita. Fammi a cercar, tu non ami passare. Whatever. I'm messing this up big time. So I'm messing this up big time because that's not mine. I usually sing a different one. I think, wait a minute, I need to change so that you don't. No, you can see me. Okay. So, but do you see how important it is to actually, yada-dum, da-da-dum-dum, and she talks about all these things. It's like, oh my goodness, Susanna's not coming. And it's like, oh, this faithless spouse. Oh, it's like all this back and forth, the pain and the rage. It's all like kind of back and forth, taking time. So this is so much fun. So much fun. So, Susanna non vien, dum. Sono ansiosa. Genau. Sono ansiosa di saper come il conte accolse la proposta. Quanto ardito, right? Quanto ardito, il progetto mi par. So don't take it literal what's on the page. Il progetto mi par. Okay, so this is my project. I'm going to dare. E ad uno sposo si vivace e geloso. So like, my spouse, so full of, is it when you don't trust someone, what do you call it? And jealousy. And then, ma che mal c'è. But then again, it's like, ma che mal c'è. Cangiando I miei vestiti con quelli di Susanna. So it's like, cangiando I miei vestiti. Oh, I'm going to change my clothes. There's still action. I'm going to change my clothes now. And then I'm going to take those of Susanna's clothes. And she will take mine. And then, it's like, cangiando I miei vestiti con quelli di Susanna. E suoi camiei. Da, 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 da. Let's see if I can scroll and find this. Al favor della notte. Oh, in the night, we are in the night's favor. The night favors us because, they're planning this thing. Susanna is supposed to, the Countess is going to wear Susanna's clothes and Susanna is going to wear Countess clothes. And Susanna, in the Countess's clothes, she is in the garden. And, it's all really complicated, but they want to make, Susanna wants to make Figaro jealous. And when she sings De vieni non tarda, that's kind of like, he knows that it's her, but she knows that he knows. But she thinks that no one is there. And so she's like, my dear lover. And he's like, what? And he's thinking that she is saying that to someone else. And it's just, it's a cool opera. Really, actually, I think it's one of the coolest operas. So, but does this make sense all, And then she goes, oh, cielo. It's like, oh heavens, And it's like all this realization, there's this, okay, I'm going to do this. Yes, we're going to do this. Oh, this faithless husband of mine. It's like, oh, cielo, a quale stade fatale. Where did he bring me to? Io son ridotta ad una consorte crudel. So whenever in Italian opera there's crudel, make it sound like you're killing someone with that word. It's like crudel. You're so cruel. And that's where I get messed up. I literally, when I practice, I was like, che dopo avermi con un misto inaudito infedeltà. So that's how I kind of practice. Di gelosia, drum, disdegni, drum. Okay, so but anyway, you get the gist of this. This is so important when you do recitativos. Recitativos are great to prepare you even for arias because you have to exaggerate so much more in the recitativos because it's literally dum 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 dum. You dog, because you're almost talking. But you really have to shape those phrases. And did you notice the vibrato, how it's, and then, let's go ahead and do the aria too. You want the aria? You want me to sing the aria? Give me a thumbs up if you want me to sing the aria also. And then I'll just go ahead and do the aria. Let me know. Should I do the aria? Because it's a fun aria. Again, it's not mine. I sang that for an audition once, but then I actually got... I auditioned for Contessa, but I got Susanna, which actually suits my voice so much better. Yes, I'm goofing with y'all. Let me go ahead and sing the aria, because why not? Okay. I love the arias when you're like, oh, rage, and then you leave the stage. You know, like with your dress, you can go like, whew. This is fun. Okay, and again, it's not like an aria you just whip out and casually sing. But again, we're just a small setting here. And okay, I wanted to make some comments on some of the videos that have been posted. So I wanted to start. Let me actually go ahead and start with Brittany. Brittany, you tried to post and then it didn't work, but I did. We could all watch the YouTube short that you created. Oh my goodness, you have a beautiful voice. So what I hear is like you have actually really good, bright resonance, nice openness, very good. Nice vibrato too. And you sound very beautiful. I really love your voice. I'm a big fan. I wish I could work with you more. I hope maybe you're going to join my course, my month-long class. Oh, I would love to work with you because we have very similar voice types. You know, the la 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 la, bright and light, very nice, very kind of like the youthful sound, you know. So wait, did I make a couple notes? I did. Okay. I did make a couple notes. So the first thing, just kind of a posture thing. Make sure you get used to just really relaxing your arms and letting them hang by your side so that you don't rely on putting them somewhere. And also, I would say try to separate, like you want to have that very calm and grounded posture all the time. You do a little bit of when you're, running out of breath and then taking the breath in again, there's a little movement up here somewhere. So be careful, in an exaggerated way, it would be like la 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 la. This is exaggerated. It's not that much, but it would probably help you if you try to be more grounded and really focus on the core and on being centered and like focusing all the energy on the core to where this and this is like everything that's up here. It's all it's not even connected to singing. You don't have to do any motions there. Having more of a centeredness there. Then in your phrasing, there were some really nice legato phrases, but then also there were some where you kind of, oh, come on, please now. This sucks. Facebook just told me it's blocking part of this video because, of course, I sang a song. And this is so dumb because they think Kiri Te Kanawa sang it or something but it's not it. I sang it live. This is so dumb. And Mozart is public domain music. I can sing Mozart all day long. It's not copyrighted. Oh, you'd think, right? And because they think it's an actual recording of an artist, like, no, but I'm singing it. They did that yesterday. So it only said like Russia, it was blocked yesterday. But I'm going to put it on YouTube. So, okay. But anyway, coming back to Brittany, sometimes having more connection in the phrasing and listen again to all the things that I was talking about today. Really pay attention to that phrasing and connecting. It was really good sometimes, but then sometimes that phrase fell apart a little bit. It was kind of disconnected. Another thing, yes, it blocked. That is it's not okay. I think I can still download the version, and when I upload it on my YouTube, it should work. Like Facebook just blocks. YouTube doesn't do that. Usually YouTube just kind of does a copyright and you can't monetize, which I don't monetize the videos that I put up there like from a workshop. But you still hear me now, right? So, okay, that's good. It just probably blocked that part. I can see here for a few minutes it blocked. I just hate that. And let me finish this first. So then what I hear also, Brittany, is you have really good placement. Just sometimes when you sing higher pitches that are on a more closed vowel, I feel like you could create more space there. So, it's in the back. So an E, for example, it's a little narrow. So really much more vertical space in the back of your throat when you're singing the more closed vowels like an A or an E. There's lots of that. E che sospiri. So lots of A's and E's in there. You also did the lascia ch'io pianga, which that's a well-loved piece of music. No block in England, that's good. So that's all I would really recommend, is that you have a consistent placement. And what I would say is you could practice each vowel going up and down a scale, like I just did, the E and the A and the U and the O. Try different vowels and see how they progress as you're going up and down the scale. But other than that, Brittany, you have a beautiful voice. Oh, I love it. It's so naturally beautiful and bright. So it's very good. It's very good. And yesterday I got an email. I just wanted to share this real quick because we are on this topic of, like Facebook blocking, even though it's Mozart and even though I'm actually singing it. It's not like I'm stealing anything from an artist, and Mozart is public domain. But I got an email yesterday from someone, and what they did was they created this, how do you say? They created a platform where all creators who do like reaction videos on YouTube, which I do, they come together and they're going to try to get YouTube to maybe come to an agreement with, all the publishers of music, to where these type of videos will not be blocked or demonetized, because I think that is fair use. You're commenting on it. It's not like you're stealing it. You're commenting and you're educating on the music. I know there is someone, Rick Beato. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He has an amazing YouTube channel. Talks a lot about lots of music stuff, lots of theory, but it's very interesting. And he's had so many problems, but he educates about the music. It's not like he's playing the music and just stealing it. It's like covering is one thing, but then just analyzing and educating people about what is happening. You cannot educate about music unless you actually play examples. There's no way to explain the things unless you really actually listen and you hear the music. And so it's the same here. How am I going to show to you how to sing a Mozart aria if I don't sing a Mozart aria, right? Yeah, I know. It's all this. I hope they have this platform. They have like some really huge creators with like collectively billions and billions of views and followers. They asked me, and I'm going to join that too. And so, when we all come collectively and we say, okay, YouTube, collectively, we have 5 billion subscribers. I don't know how much it is, but it's a lot if you put all the people together who do music, who educate about music on YouTube. It's a lot. So hopefully maybe something will happen. I remember there was a time where like in Germany was this big deal, because in Germany, the GEMA, it's the institution that kind of oversees all the copyright, the music copywriting stuff. And this is where everything goes through, and you have to kind of, when you do any little student concert, you have to register it with a GEMA. And technically, if you have 10 people there for a student recital, you would have to pay a fee to be able to use music that is not yours, like that is actually that they're overseeing. And I think that's wrong. I just think that's wrong, because for education, you should be able to use anything. It's fair use. It's fair use. You're not plagiarizing anything, and you're not stealing anything. No, you're not selling anything. So yeah, continuing on. So I think, Wendy, you are here. You sent me a clip asking me about, you also did Lascia Ch'io Pianga, and you said something about you could do it more forward or more in the back. I have to honestly tell you, I didn't really hear any difference. So in order to make, you need to change more things, because there wasn't big enough of a difference that I could actually say this or that, because there wasn't a significant difference. Now, now on the E che sospiri, right? That's what we're talking about here on that high part. Let me walk you through that. Lascia, where is it? Okay, so lascia ch'io pianga la dura sorte. Now let's go to that high part. So we have a so it's on an O, which is good. It's an open vowel. But you have to open it. You have to really open it up more as you go higher. It's really, really important. So let's slow it down. So is too far back. I'm going to get to the sospiri too. It's too far back. It's too dark. Too narrow. So here I want to have a nice bright che, while in the back, not darkening, having a low larynx, but that large pharyngeal space. I don't want to go, as long I'm pulling it back. So I feel like the larynx is really low on that high pitch. And I think that's the key. It's too dark. I feel like you were a little too dark for the entire bit. So it was more lascia ch'io pianga la dura sorte. Which that is not a bright forward sound. Lascia ch'io pianga la dura sorte. It's kind of in the back of my throat. Sorte. Oh, it's like this. It's not It's also not which is very, very narrow, but it's bright and forward. There wasn't a big enough difference. So when I go, and you hear the big difference between this and right? You hear the big difference. I didn't hear a big difference between yours. So, but the bright one, you don't want to be narrow, but you also don't want to be dark. You want to have that perfect sweet spot of feeling it here and not too much just here in your throat. I feel like the that using the lips as an extension here is very important. Sospiri, not spiri, spiri, libertà. Would be too dark. Would be too bright. So again, it's like about finding the sweet spot. I hope this helps you a bit. No block in New Zealand either. That's good. I don't know where they blocked it. Russia seems to be like very strict about these things because I get that a lot. Even when on YouTube, sometimes I have these reaction videos. I've actually had some videos that I put on YouTube where, I am singing a classical piece of music like a Mozart or a Handel, and then they blocked it, and I actually how do you say that? I didn't agree. And I was successful because I was like, I am literally singing it, as you can see. I'm not using the singer's recording. I'm actually singing it, and the music is public domain. And I bought the backing track in that case. It blocked in France. Yep, of course it would. Hopefully I can download it from my end here and then upload it to my playlist. Oh, it did it twice right here. Okay, I think I did it here. Okay, good. This is just annoying. Okay. Any other questions? I'm here for you. Oh, contested the block. Yeah. It's so annoying sometimes. I feel like, I know that sometimes the laws, because there are technical things that develop and, technology continues, and sometimes a lot of laws are kind of what they used to be, but they have to change with the technology that also continues to change. And I feel like nowadays, with all these opportunities in educating online, we need to be able to use something for, fair use to educate people. And, even looking at someone else's video and commenting on it, or, anything that's educational, I feel like we should be able to use the content. I don't think anyone would. We're not taking money from anyone, because no one who wants that education part is going to not listen. Actually, if anything, it's going to help. So if I'm doing a reaction, recently did do an analysis and reaction on Freddie Mercury's Bohemian Rhapsody, one of the live versions. And if anything, someone's gonna watch my reaction and analysis and then go back and listen to the original version again, because they were reminded, oh, that's actually a great song. Let me go listen to it, like as a whole. And now I understand it better. So it's actually helping the artists or whoever has the rights of that music. No, Freddie Mercury is no longer alive, but someone has the rights, right? Someone owns the music and everything that has to do with it. So I feel like we should adjust some of the laws to allow, in today's world, the education. Okay, any other questions before we wrap it up? I want to tell you about my upcoming 1 month of opera class. So we start May 6th. Let me hold on just a sec. Okay, awesome. Let me check this real quick. We're going to start May 6th. And here's what's going to happen. It's going to be different than what we did here this week. What's going to happen is we're going to connect via the Marco Polo video messenger app. This is what it looks like. I'm just about to watch one of my students. And you're going to have access to me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for an entire month. So every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I give you personal feedback. So you send me a video message with your video showing me what you're doing. And then I will give you personalized, detailed feedback with suggestions. And we are working like that, which means it doesn't matter what time zone you're in, because we don't have appointments. We don't have like a specific time. When I'm in my office every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the first thing I do, I look at my students who sent me the videos and I record my videos to give them feedback. So no matter what time, you could post on Saturday evening or Saturday morning. And Monday morning, when I come to my office, that's what I'm going to look at. And then I'm going to send you my feedback. So you're going to have every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for my personal feedback. And then the rest of the week, we also have a group where you can interact with the others. We can post, you can share what you work on. And you also have access to curriculum. And it's the personal feedback I think it's very important. It's what's going to help you make more progress, because there's no way, like you could watch something about like, okay, you need more vertical space, but then you don't know, am I like Wendy, like you said, like, is that I'm trying to place it more forward or more kind of down and back. But unless you get actual feedback of like, what are you actually doing and what is actually happening, there's no real way for you to know if you're on the right track. So here's what happens. A lot of times you work on your own and then you kind of get on the wrong track and you kind of reaffirm the bad habits, the not the right way of doing it. And then it's really, really hard to change things later. So get the feedback for an entire month. And I think even after just a month, you're going to have that little voice in your head of me saying, like, of me telling you, like, okay, watch this and do that. Maybe adjust here, do it a little brighter here. Your E was a little off here. Make sure you have a consistent vibrato. Your posture wasn't good here. Make sure you breathe deeper. Your diaphragm, like it didn't expand. You're doing everything too small. Like these are all common things I see all the time. And I do lots of demonstrating and showing you stuff. And if you're a soprano, especially, it's very easy for me because I literally can sing everything you sing in that key most of the time. Now, I also teach tenors and baritones and basses. I have some right now that I've been teaching, and I can do that. I can sound like a tenor, I can just like, well, that's not a tenor. That's a baritone aria. De vienia la finestra, o mio tesoro. It's a little bit of a different approach because I'm using more chest voice, but I can sing like a tenor. But that's going to be so much fun. We start May 6th, and you can register right now. And thanks, Wendy. I'm going to post the link or paste it in here right now. You go to masteryourvoice.tv/opera now, and you can save your spot. Again, we start on May 6th. But if you want to save your spot now already, you can already go ahead and register. And until then, get ready and watch the workshop again, maybe. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and paste it in the comments right here. But I'm also probably going to paste it in the description after I get off here. I would love to see you there. I mean, like for me, listening to voices, like beautiful voices, it's almost like Christmas. I get excited, especially about teaching opera. That's what I'm like very passionate about. I really, really love it. And yes, Wendy, we could work on the recitativos, the dove sono. We could work on all the things that interest you. Whether it's an art song or something from an oratorio, sacred music, or an opera aria, I can help you determine your voice type a little bit better. Like not just am I a soprano, but like what kind of repertoire would be good for you right now. The thing is that your voice type may it's not written in stone at this point. Unless you have a really high level of training, there may be, you're still developing your voice. And as your voice develops, it might crystallize. Maybe you do have more depth and dark colors in your voice, but maybe it also crystallizes, oh, it's the high stuff that's really good for you. Or maybe it's the agile stuff. Maybe you are good at coloraturas, or maybe you're better at long lyric lines. We're going to find out, and I can help you pick the right pieces if you're not 100% sure. Because again, it's picking the right pieces of music. The right piece of music is going to help you learn so much. The wrong piece of music is going to create bad habits for you and give you an entirely wrong impression about how you should sing. So I put the link here, masteryourvoice.tv/opera now, and May 6th. So we have a couple weeks. We have actually in Germany, we have a holiday next week on Wednesday. May 1st is a holiday here. And I think it is in Spain too, because my assistant, she's also going to have, I'm trying to see if I have any more messages in my inbox about opera class. No, I think that was all. Does anyone have more questions? Okay. If you don't have questions, and again, if you have the VIP and you have not posted, please do that today. Because if you don't post today, I probably can't get to it anymore. And the premise was that it's during our workshop time and not in the future. So please do. I want to hear all of your voices. Yeah, Mary, I know you. Rachel, Jamila, Cecilia, I know you. I'd love to hear your voices. All right, everyone. You have an amazing day. And maybe I'll see you soon. Maybe I'll see you in the workshop. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Happy singing.